It's time for Q&A with the Credit Game.
KOHO was launched in 2017 and is a free online banking app. When you sign up, you get a debit Visa or MasterCard. And just like every other debit Visa or MasterCard, this does not build or affect your credit at all. However, a few years ago, they started a credit rebuilding line of credit or LOC. The KOHO Credit Rebuilding Line of Credit does allow you to borrow from it, but its main purpose is to report as an active line of credit, even though most customers don't use it at all. Essentially, you are paying each month to have the credit rebuilding line of credit report to the credit bureaus and to build your credit score in Canada. Once you sign up, you're committed for at least 6 months. At the end of that 6-month term, there is no cost to cancel it or resign for another 6-month commitment. Now that you know a little more about it, let's review how it can rebuild your credit in Canada. There are 4 main categories I look at before recommending credit rebuilding credit cards, loans, or line of credit. How expensive it is, does it report on both Equifax and TransUnion, the value to the score or how much it affects the score, and value to an underwriter. An underwriter works at the bank and reviews your credit application before you get approved for any additional financing. It currently costs $10 a month to have the credit rebuilding line of credit show up on the credit bureaus. I have a link in the More Info or Show More section below that gives you a $20 bonus for signing up for the free KOHO banking app that's required in order to get the KOHO Credit Rebuilding Line of Credit. It may not be the least expensive credit rebuilding tool out there, but there are a lot more expensive, so I rank this price tag as low to medium. Based on my experience, unless a credit account is reporting on both Equifax and TransUnion, it ranks very low on my recommendation list. Now I recommend the KOHO Credit Rebuilding LOC to more of my clients because it reports to both credit bureaus in Canada. This is a huge win because not all credit rebuilding loans or even credit cards do. There is no other credit rebuilding product in Canada like KOHO. There are a lot of credit rebuilding loans and credit cards, but this is the only credit rebuilding line of credit that I'm aware of. Having different types of credit does increase your score a bit, and when you sign up for the KOHO Credit Rebuilding LOC, it asks you how much of the line of credit you would like to utilize. If you keep this utilization amount under 50%, it will increase your score as they recommend. The lower the percentage, the better the utilization will be, so I suggest setting this at anywhere between 10 and 15%. The simplicity of just paying to increase your score and the hands-off approach is beneficial for many Canadians trying to rebuild their credit score quickly. The only thing you need to ensure is that you have enough money in your KOHO account each month to cover the $10 fee, or it will show up as a late payment and lower your score. You can also pay $60 for the 6-month upfront to ensure you don't have any late payments. The value to the underwriter is the one category where the KOHO Credit Rebuilding LOC falls short. Currently, the maximum limit offered is $225. Banks and lenders would prefer to see the limits of $2,000 or more before an underwriter would consider it as credible. Pun intended. KOHO is looking to have an option for a LOC with $500 limit coming soon, sometime, who knows when. This is a step in the right direction. Another benefit is there is no hard credit check, which means everyone should be approved. I personally bank with KOHO and I think it's a great company. The KOHO Credit Rebuilding Line of Credit has gone through some major changes since it was first launched. I expect they will continue to upgrade their LOC so it can help more Canadians rebuild their credit once again. Increasing your credit score is always helpful, but if you're trying to qualify for best rates and terms on a specific type of financing, there are other credit rebuilding products that are better. To compare the KOHO Credit Rebuilding Line of Credit with other options to rebuild your credit score fast, check the More Info or Show More Info section below, and you can compare all the credit rebuilding options available in Canada.